Welcome back. We are working on assignment number 5 as part of PBL 2, where we are completing the technical brief part 7. In our last video, we left off having read the article, "This restaurant chain sets prices on a sliding scale." So we were able to learn about a restaurant that charges one price for meals in a neighborhood where the people make less money, and it charges double the price for that same meal in a neighborhood where people make a little bit more money. So now we have to go back to our PBL 2 document and review the two documents that are linked, the business proposition document and the business model document, before we can begin our part 7 of the technical brief. So we're going to go ahead and click the hyperlink for the business proposition, and we're going to open it up. And we're not going to actually complete this document. We're just going to think about this document. So here it gives us 4 different categories to think about. The first one says product, describe your product. The second one says enhancing the likes, describe how your product enhances things customers like. Customers, describe your customers and what they do. Fixing the dislikes, describe how your product fixes things customers dislike. So here, right, remember, we're using the product or business that we created when we were doing our technical brief parts 1 through 3. So I have my technical brief part 1 through 3 open. Remember, mine was about restaurants and supporting restaurants in reducing food waste. So the first thing that I said I was going to do was have restaurants use the portion sizing plate for when they're making dishes for customers, so that they're not giving customers too much food that they can't finish. And then I was going to have the restaurant offer a discount, 10% discount to customers who choose to eat the smaller portion. So that was one thing that I was going to do, right? And that's how I talked about my sliding price scale. And then I said that customers who chose to eat with a smaller portion plate, they could take a picture of their meal and hashtag it, eat less, waste less, in order to spread awareness on social media. So with this business opportunity in mind that I created, I'm going to go and think through this business proposition document. So my product, again, is using a sliding scale to get restaurants to market a smaller portion meal to people who want to waste less food. And they'll offer a discount for that. What do people like about this? Customers like being able to save money. We like discounts when we spend money in places, so being able to get a discount is something that customers will like. They'll also like being able to participate in the hashtag on social media, because people love to take pictures of things and post it to their social media and hashtag it. So that's something that's going to increase engagement. Our customers are everyday people, people who, you know, go to work and they just like to eat out at restaurants sometimes. They're not anybody special. They're just regular people who like to eat at restaurants. And then things that people dislike. Well, some people don't like not having leftovers to take from a restaurant. So that's one thing that I know we're going to experience in my business. And for those people, they can just get the regular size portion and not get the 10% discount. So they still have the option of doing what they normally would. They just don't, again, get the discount for the smaller portion. So I've thought through these steps for my business. Let's take a look at what page 2 offers. So this is the part, we're not going to do this part. This is assignment number 6. So we're not going to pay attention to page 2 right now. We're just going to move on to where it talks to us about the different business models. So let's take a look at what this document has to offer. We're going to click the hyperlink and open it up. And it basically tells us about the many ways to run a business, right? There's a manufacturer. This company builds and sells the product to customers. So depending on what your product is, you may have a manufacturing business, right? You could be a distributor. So you've gotten the product from the manufacturer and now you're going to sell it in your store. You could have an aggregator business where your company organizes services offered by many different people under one brand. So that's kind of like how Uber works. Uber is an aggregator because it's all the taxi services under one name, all across the United States. There's also the business of a retailer. This is most common. So this is, the retailer is the company that buys a product from distributor and sells it to the consumer. So they give you the example of buying a video game from a gaming store. That's retail. Typically, anytime you buy a product from a store, it's retail, whether it's clothes or things from Walmart of that nature. My business is also going to fall under retail because people will buy food from me. And so this is the business model that I'll have. Additional business models at the bottom are bricks and clicks. So this company sells products online and in physical locations. So you might be able to buy something online as well as go to a store. A lot of companies have this also, like anywhere you can buy something online and go get it in store, that falls under this location, like Walmart, Target, right? You can buy it online and have it shipped to your house, or you can go physically to the store and pick it up. There's also a business model called a freemium. It says this company offers a basic service for free, but it charges extra for additional features. So they give you the example of using Pandora, right? For Pandora, you can listen to music for free, but you have to listen to the advertisements. Same thing with Hulu. You can watch the TV shows and you pay for Hulu. If you want to pay without the ads, you have to pay a little bit more. So that's kind of how the freemium business model works. And then last, there's the subscription service business model. And so customers pay a regular monthly fee to access a service or a product. They give you the example of Netflix, right? People pay a monthly price every month to access Netflix. So again, my business model is going to fall under the retail business model. So I have to keep this in mind for when I'm getting ready to complete my assignment number 7, or my technical brief part 7. So here I am back in my technical brief part 7. I have already watched the carrot video and answered the 3 questions. Here I've already read the article that it told me to read, and I just thought through the 2 documents that were here, the business model document and the proposition document. I just thought, you don't have to actually type anything for those 2. You just kind of think out loud in preparation to type your technical brief part 7. Now I get to the point where I'm actually answering my question. So it says part 7, fully describe your erase food waste solution based on the questions below. What is your business and how does it use a sliding price scale? So my business is a restaurant that offers meals at 2 different sizes. Customers who purchase the smaller portion size get a 10% discount off of their meal. Okay. These customers are also able to hashtag a photo of their smaller portioned meal. Eat less, waste less. So that's how my business works, okay? Question number 2, describe how your business uses a sliding scale. So my business uses a sliding scale because the smaller portioned meals cost less since they come with a 10% discount. Okay. It says explain why a sliding price scale is a good idea for your business. A sliding price scale is a good idea for my business because customers like to save money, and offering the discount encourages them to eat less while saving money. Okay, so now I've answered questions 1, 2, and 3 in part A. Now I'm going to move on to question number 1 in part B. How does your sliding price scale work? So my sliding price scale offers customers 10% off for ordering a smaller portioned meal. For example, a regular meal will cost $10, okay? Smaller portioned meal with 10% discount will cost $9 because 10% of $10 equals $1. So we subtract $10 minus $1 equals $9. So a person who uses my business model with the smaller portion meal, they'll pay $9 for their meal, whereas a person who doesn't want to eat the smaller portion, they'll pay $10. So that's how my sliding scale works. Okay, how will your business reduce waste and make money? So it says use an example to explain and justify how your sliding price scale will reduce food waste. So my sliding price scale allows for restaurants to serve smaller portions, which results in customers only ordering the amount of food they can finish and eat all. This prevents customers from wasting food, okay? It also prevents restaurants from wasting food because they don't cook as much of it. Okay, so with the smaller portions, restaurants aren't cooking as much food, so they're not wasting as much food. And the same thing with the customers. They're buying less food, so they're not wasting as much food. They're only buying what they can actually eat. And my question number 2 for part C says, use an example to explain and justify how your sliding price scale will help your business make more money than it would without the sliding price scale. So the sliding price scale for my business will help it make more money because people will want to participate in the movement associated with the hashtag eat less, waste less. And this will cause them to want to eat at my restaurant. More customers eating at my restaurant means more money. All right, so I have answered all of the questions associated with parts A, B, and C for technical brief 7, and that's kind of how you do it. Keep in mind, this has to be about your business, okay? Not my business. So your product, whatever you did for your technical brief parts 1 through 3 is different, and that's what you're going to use to complete your technical brief part 7. That's also what you're going to use when we get into completing assignment number 6, which is coming up next. All right, so have fun using these 2 videos to complete your assignment 5. Talk to you guys soon.